Okay, so we're gonna put a base on this project. You can see this is the top, at least for me, this is the way I view it. And this is the bottom. Okay, so I'm gonna flip this upside down. I'm gonna put a coil right inside here. And so I'm gonna do my best to like score and slip where that's going to touch. Okay, and this is gonna be a lot easier to put it in there now than it would be to drop it down after. Okay, so I've got one there, and then I'm gonna use just a coil and score and slip this and put that in there. Okay, so I've put some texture on it, put some slip on this, and then this is gonna fit inside here. Oops, all the way around. Looks like I need another piece. Okay, so this is gonna be in here. So let's look and see where that is. So I'm gonna flip this over. Let me turn on this light. And you can see that down in the bottom, okay? And so now I'm going to put this right on top of the slab that I've rolled out, okay? And I'm gonna go ahead and trace it on the bottom. Okay, so this is the shape that I need, so I'll cut this out. It's okay if it's not perfectly square. Okay, so now this will get scored and slipped. And I will line this back up on how it's gonna fit. So we're gonna do the bottom of this part. And put some slip on this as well. Okay, so we'll flip this over. I'm not gonna worry about blending this yet. I'm just gonna score and slip. Okay, so let's look. There we go. So I'm going to go ahead and press this on. Make sure you do that so it does stick to it. Okay, and you can see like where that slab is. You can just gently blend that with your finger with the paintbrush, but that will cover up the base. Okay, and so now we're going to talk about the sides of these. And so if you look right here, this is where we talked about like the short and the long piece that we have. And so what we want to do is cover this section up with a coil. And so for me, I would score and slip and put this on the side of the pot. Some people want to put it just right on the corner, but I feel like I still see it. Okay, so it's kind of up to you on where this goes, but I would consistently put it on the same place each side, okay? If you put it on the corner, put all of them on the corner. If you put it on the side, put all of them on the side. Okay, so I've rolled out a coil that's like what we did for our coil pots. That's 1/4 of an inch thick. I'm gonna score and slip this seam, and then I'm gonna score and slip this coil. And these are difficult to get them to stay on for some people because of a couple of things. They either don't score and slip well enough, okay, so they don't put enough texture on this, or they have a very dry project and they try and put a wet coil on a dry pot, okay, and it's not going to stick. So I'm going to go ahead and put this here and make sure that this is lined up where you have the scoring marks actually touching. Okay, make sure all eyes are up there, guys. And then I'm going to cut this part off. Now, for where we're at with this project, since we're kind of on a time crunch, I think it's probably best to do one piece or maybe a couple of bigger pieces if you were going to do like some type of pattern with it. But I think this is really nice that you can take this and add some type of texture to this. So it depends on what you use. Okay, let me move this up. You can see like how different doing something like this, stamping another direction with something like that. You can, let me find another tool. I mean, even like the back of a marker where you can get some type of design that's going to go on this. Even this part would give you a different kind of look. So it's kind of interesting to go and experiment and see what you can come up with. Well, that one doesn't work too great because it clicks. But you get the idea, where we would go through and just kind of add some type of texture to that that would possibly match what you have on your project. Okay, so kind of think about that. You would need 4 of these, so 1 here, okay, on each side, here, here, and then you can see like one that I've already done. So this helps cover up some of those imperfections and hides those things. I do feel like you also need one right up here. Okay, so right on the top, same thing to, again, like I said, hide some of those imperfections and add some design to the edges. Okay, so this is where we're going to head for today and what we're going to work on. Make sure, so if you look at my pot, I can't really like move the wall too much without feeling like I am going to break this. Okay, and so that tells me that this project is too dry to accept these coils. Okay, and so I better grab my spray bottle and spray this so I know that these are going to stick on there. Okay, because these will peel right off and they usually don't look very good when that happens. You can, before I let you go, you can do this one other way, which is an interesting, I'm always surprised with what people come up with. So let's do one more coil right up this side. Okay, so I could go ahead and put this on top. I've scored and slipped both sides. I would press this on really well. Make sure that those pieces like Velcro together. I'm going to go ahead and pull these pieces off. Now, what you could do is go ahead and like cut a design into this, which this is a lot easier to do when you put it on first and then you remove the pieces. Okay, so you could cut and like take little notches or some type of design out. Okay, and it's gonna go way faster doing that, and you can see like what that looks like on the side here. Doing that by putting the whole coil on first and then cutting it off. Okay, because this is keeping it all intact and you wouldn't have to like splice little pieces on. Okay, so those are the 2 ways we're going to do it. Either one solid coil and stamp with it, or you could do one solid coil and cut pieces out. Okay.